Hey guys, All Sports 83, sporting another video at you, and today we're highlighting week number 9 of the 2019 GoFast eRacing League Series, and today we're at the Richmond Raceway where there was a lot of action. We're not going to waste any time and go right into stage number 1. After winning the qualifying heat race, Jay Harris 3407 in the 12 car would win his first pole of the season and lead a 7-car field to the green flag. He would show early he'd have a strong race car as he would lead the first few laps. A lot of the racing would take place behind him as a handful of cars would continue to race for these positions. A lot of close battling early in stage 1. Sports for God 83 had a scary moment early in the stage as he would lose track of the car and almost spin the car completely out. He would keep it straight, and then later, just after taking the lead, Chase 456 would get the car loose. This would get back to Jay Harris 3407. He would continue to lead throughout the rest of this stage, but with just 2 laps to go, the battle would heat up once again as Chase 456 would catch the 12 car, and really, coming to the end of the stage, it was a fierce battle between the two drivers, but Chase 456 would muscle around the 12 car and win stage number 1 and collect those valuable 2 bonus points. Stage number 2 would see a ton of action after the restart, where all drivers would restart where they finished in stage 1. This restart from Sports for God 83's angle shows just how evenly matched these cars were, as Chase 456 starts in first, and then you see Sports for God 83 get underneath both cars, come out with the lead coming down the backstretch, but then Jay Harris 3407 has a great run coming into turn 3, and he gets underneath the 11 car. 3 different drivers would have the lead during this lap, and so it just showed just how strong these cars were. Jay Harris 3407 would retake command of the lead, and even after a caution, he would restart in first and keep the lead for an extensive amount of time during stage number 2. He wouldn't get too far away, though, as he would continue to be chased and stalked by Chase 456, Elvin Priest, and Sports for God 83. Stage number 2 would see its share of cautions. As you see here, newcomer Racing JB84 would get loose on the racetrack, bringing out a caution, bringing everyone back down pit road for adjustments. Jay Harris 3407 made the right adjustments, and a quick pit stop would allow him to maintain the lead for the next restart. You'd see here a lot of battling, a lot of strong racing from these top 4. A fierce battle between Chase 456 and Jay Harris 3407 would ensue, but it would continue to let the other 2 cars that showed strength in this race to continue to stay with them, close in on them, and there's some great racing taking place here during stage number 2, as you see Sports for God 83 getting around the 9 car. Then he aggressively gets into the 13 car of Elvin Priest. This allows Chase 456 back into the mix, and these cars would continue to race very aggressively, very hard with each other, and just have a lot of fun trying to chase down that leader, as Jay Harris 3407. Speaking of the leader, the 12 car would continue to lead throughout the bulk of stage number 2, but with just a few laps to go, he would start to fade and would lose the lead to the number 13 car of Elvin Priest, and then, shortly after, he would then struggle and lose second place to the 11 car of Sports for God 83. But that racing would take place behind the 13 car of Elvin Priest, who was on a 1-race deal with the GoFast eRacing League, and he would finish first in stage 2. The final stage would be a combination of restarts and cautions and pit strategies. It was a lot of fun. You see, they would restart where they finished in stage 2, but it didn't take long before cautions started to claim the final stage, as you see here as Chevy Guy gets into the wall and creates more havoc behind him. Shortly after, Phenomenal Walls and Racing JB84 have contact on the track, bringing out yet another caution. After the restart, Chase 456 would show some strength. He would find the lead, but a strong battle behind him with the 11 car of Sports for God 83 and the 12 of Jay Harris 3407. Those 2 cars would continue to race until they really just had contact one too many times and get together and cause yet another caution during the final stage. At this point in the race, the laps were starting to wind down, and this would lead to some pit strategy trickery on the track, as a handful of cars would pit, a handful of cars would stay out, and this would shape the end, as Sports for God 83 after the restart would move himself around Chase 456. One last restart would bunch the cars up once again for the finish of this race with just a few laps to go. And Sports for God 83 would get a great restart, create a little bit of a gap between the rest of the cars. He would hold off a late race charge from Jay Harris 3407 and Elvin Priest to cross the finish line in first position, would claim his third victory of the season. And after this win, along with winning the first two races of the 2019 season, Sports for God 83 wants to show that he is still a contender for this championship. As we take a look at the points now, with that finish and victory, Sports for God 83 extends his points lead to 29 points over Jay Harris 3407, and Chase 456 again is halted on his climb trying to reach that points lead. Next up will be the Talladega Superspeedway. I hope you join us, but that's it for this video. Have a good one.